bass tone. So I'm using, for my tone, I'm using a Trace Elliott 715 SMC GP7. It basically means it's a graphic, what's it called? 7-band graphic preamplifier. Yeah, and along with it, I've got a overdrive pedal, a Boss OS2 overdrive / distortion, running into a Aria Pro 2, whatever that says. Yeah, and that goes into the amp. Let's start with the amp settings. On the graphic equalizer, we basically I'm pretty sure every graphic equalization on amp has a pre-shape. I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to turn the graphic on, along with this compressor that's built in the amp. I'm going to turn it on. And I'm going to put the compressor all the way up to the highest possible, because if you listen to this tone, it's really quite compressed, especially this Kill 'Em All one. So if you want to get the Kill 'Em All tone as well, you've got to turn the compression out to its max. So for this, I have it on like max-ish, around there. Going on to the bands, 50 Hz. I'm gonna have it on about +3, and then 100 Hz +6. 250 and 500. This is like the sub bass section. It's like the bass you got here. Focus. The bass you got there. That's what I'm talking about. And then this, the 250 to 500 hertz is like the mids to like low mids. So and crank them up to the highest possible, which is 15 in this case. Yeah. I'm going to go, so 1 kHz, this is an important one, change that down to like -15, 10, around near the bottom. This kind of eliminates, it kind of gives it more of like a more kind of bottom end, I guess, in the sound. I'm not really an expert on this kind of stuff, I'm still kind of learning it. 2 kHz, you can keep it at 0, I usually keep it at 0 or -3. Don't really mess around with this kind of range to 1002K. And then 5 kHz, we'll have that on max. So this is like the thing that makes it more muffled. So for Master of Puppets, you have quite a muffled tone. And this distortion, I'm pretty sure, so I have this down a bit more. But for Ride the Lightning, you can hear us distort, like the overdrive, you can hear it quite well. If you search up like Creeping Death, isolated tracks, you can hear the distortion quite well. So I'm going to have that on +15. That's the amp settings for the amp, and then plug it in if I want to record. Moving on to the pedal, which is a Boss OS2 overdrive distortion. You can use whatever kind of overdrive, but this is like the first overdrive pedal I got because I really wanted to play stereo and like a distortion kind of sound. But yeah, you can have a tube screamer, just any overdrive really. This one does the job perfectly in my opinion. And I'll even have a tube screamer. Yeah, so the level I prefer to have it on, this is your personal preference, but I like to have it on about 12 o'clock, or around in the middle, so I can have my cleaner and my distorted sounds roughly the same dynamics. And tone, this is kind of like how the overdrive sounds, so like more muffled, or I actually don't know. I have it on the highest possible. Drive, same, I'm going to have it on about around 12 o'clock. If I'm playing like Fade to Black or Escape or something, I'm going to have it to like around 9, is that 9 point? I don't know, but you can see clearly there. So like there. And the colour, this is basically this DS thing means distortion and OD means overdrive, so I'm going to have this on overdrive, like so, and that's the pedal settings. Alright, moving on to the guitar itself. So you've got an Aria Pro 2, I also have a jazz bass. You can You can use a jazz bass because you only really need the jazz pickup here. As you can see, this is pretty similar to the one that he had in his Rickenbacker. It was a Seymour decon, but it's pretty similar. I sometimes use this, but I prefer the Aria because it's more versatile for more frets and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't mind the jazz. So the bass settings for this. So you want to have this on the bass, on the bridge pickup, volume max. I'm not going to do that yet. Tone, you want to have that all the way to max as well. The tone of the actual pickup. This is the active and passive switch. Oh, I forgot to say something. I have this on the active input as well because it's an active bass. I don't want to blow up the active circuit like before. Yeah, and this is like the preamp. This kind of makes it more bright and sound brighter and more dull. I have this on about around the middle. There's a little click. I have it in the middle, so yeah. And the strings, I'm using 35 to 95, something like that. 35 90s, something like that. That's what I could have used. So I can get like bends and stuff going nice. I'm gonna change them soon. Look, they're really starting to rust there. These strings, poor strings. But yeah, Aria Pro 2. It's a good bass. So this is how the tone sounds with everything. So this is how the tone sounds in the end. So we'll play it some crib and def. And you get that. So, and then there's the clean tone, which he uses on Fire, I'm pretty sure. So. And that's pretty much the tone there. So if you liked it, yeah, subscribe, leave a like and all that crap. And I'd have to say, if you don't have a graphic thing on your amp, I would recommend getting like a graphic, like a EQ pedal that usually has a bunch of graphics settings on there, like a Boss EQ or even a Behringer. They're about 30 quid. Behringer ones. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And just set up your low mids to max, and that's pretty much it for the tone. And just have it overdrived with a overdrive pedal like this, and yeah, you've got the tone. I'll soon do a Master of Puppets tone. I'm getting quite close to that sound as well. With the graphic EQ, I can really shape the mids and that, and get rid of the high ends and all that stuff, because it's quite muffled, the Master of Puppets one. But yeah, if you want to see that, then please share in the comments. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys